Jennie lived in the quiet town of Everglen, a place known for its sunny days and cheerful laughter. But lately, a strange twilight had fallen over Everglen, dimming the joy of everyone. Jennie felt a shiver of unease as she looked out her window at the perpetually dusky sky. One morning, a wise old messenger bird landed on Jennie's windowsill, carrying a tiny scroll tied to its leg. The scroll spoke of the Sunstone, a magical gem that brought light to Everglen, stolen by a shadowy figure known as the Gloomweaver. Jennie knew she had to do something. With newfound resolve, Jennie packed a small backpack with a map her grandfather had given her, a juicy apple, and a flashlight. She stepped out her front door, ready to face the unknown and restore the Sunstone. The journey would be perilous, but she was ready. The first step of Jennie's journey was through the Whispering Woods, a place filled with ancient trees and winding paths. The air was thick with mist, and strange sounds echoed around her. Jennie held her flashlight tight, carefully following the path. Deeper into the Whispering Woods, Jennie came across a murky swamp. Croaking sounds filled the air. To cross, she had to hop across slippery stones, trying her best not to fall in. After the swamp, Jennie reached the Crystal Caves, a network of tunnels sparkling with colorful gems. The beauty was mesmerizing, but she knew she couldn't get distracted. She had to find her way through. Inside the Crystal Caves, Jennie encountered a puzzling maze. Each path looked the same, and the air was heavy with silence. She used her grandfather's map to guide her, inching forward step by step. Finally, Jennie emerged from the Crystal Caves and found herself at the foot of Mount Gloom, the Gloomweaver's dark fortress looming above. A cold wind whipped around her. This was the final, and most dangerous part of her journey. Jennie began to climb Mount Gloom, the path steep and rocky. Loose stones tumbled beneath her feet. She persevered, her determination fueling her onward. As Jennie climbed higher, strange shadowy figures seemed to watch her from behind the rocks. She ignored them, knowing they were tricks of the Gloomweaver. She kept focused on her goal. Reaching the summit, Jennie stood before the Gloomweaver's fortress, a dark, imposing castle. The entrance was guarded by swirling shadows. She took a deep breath and stepped inside. Inside the fortress, the air was heavy with gloom. Jennie navigated through dark corridors, her flashlight beam cutting through the shadows. She could feel the Gloomweaver's power growing stronger. She finally reached the throne room, where the Gloomweaver sat surrounded by darkness. The Sunstone pulsed faintly in his grasp, its light almost extinguished. Jennie stood tall, ready to confront him. "Give back the Sunstone," Jennie exclaimed, her voice echoing in the room. The Gloomweaver chuckled, his voice a chilling whisper. "You cannot defeat me, little one. The darkness is too strong." Jennie remembered the cheerful laughter and sunny days of Everglen. With a surge of courage, she lunged forward, snatching the Sunstone from the Gloomweaver's grasp. The room exploded in light. The Gloomweaver shrieked as the light burned him. The shadowy figures guarding him vanished. Jennie held the Sunstone tightly, its warmth spreading through her. With the Gloomweaver defeated, Jennie knew she had to return the Sunstone to its rightful place in Everglen's town square. She ran out of the fortress, eager to bring back the light. Jennie raced down Mount Gloom, her steps lighter than before. The shadowy figures were gone, and the mountain seemed less menacing. Hope filled her heart. She passed through the Crystal Caves, now shimmering even brighter than before. The maze seemed easier to navigate, the path clear. Jennie crossed the swamp with ease, no longer afraid of the murky water. The stones were now dry, and the croaking sounds had turned into cheerful chirps. She ran through the Whispering Woods, the trees seeming to whisper words of encouragement. The mist had cleared, and sunlight peeked through the leaves. Finally, Jennie arrived back in Everglen. The town was still bathed in twilight, but she could see a glimmer of hope in the eyes of the townsfolk. Jennie rushed to the town square and placed the sunstone back on its pedestal. A wave of warmth washed over Everglen as the gem burst into radiant light. The sun shone brightly, laughter filled the air, and Everglen was once again a happy place. Jennie had saved her town, proving that even the smallest person can make a big difference. From that day on, Jennie was known as the hero of Everglen. She continued to explore and protect her town, always ready for the next adventure, always remembering the power of courage and hope.